Season 2 of Battlefield 6 has dropped some insanely powerful weapons, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the new VCR-2 assault rifle. This AR absolutely fries in close-range gunfights, but it's easy to write it off because of its intense recoil. Luckily, Season 2 also came out with an update to the non-suppressed muzzle attachments that reduce the in-world spotting range from 75 meters to 54 meters, which makes them way more viable and helps tame the recoil of the VCR until you unlock all the attachments you need to turn this AR into a stable, high RPM laser beam. And in this video, I'll show you how to build the VCR to dominate from the very moment you unlock it. The good news is that you don't need to get the VCR to max level to get all the best attachments. You can actually turn the VCR into a competitive machine within the first few levels. And this build focuses on attachments you can get early on to lay the foundation for superior recoil control. For an early level build, I'd recommend using the flash hider, the basic barrel to increase the muzzle velocity up to 704 meters per second and improving ADS speed, the folding stubby for better recoil control, the base 30 round mag with standard ammunition, the red laser to improve hipfire accuracy, and the 1x mini flex or whatever sight you prefer. But I would recommend using a lower zoom sight because the recoil is going to feel way more intense with higher zoom scopes. For this setup, you only need to get the VCR up to level 4 to unlock all these attachments. But if you wanted a stronger early level setup, you could also use the single port brake to improve recoil, the basic barrel, the ribbed stubby to increase ADS speed and recoil control, the 30 round fast mag with frangible ammunition to increase enemy health regeneration delay, and the 1x mini flex or sight that you prefer. For this build, you need to get the VCR up to level 11. These builds aren't going to be as hard to control between the 0 to 20 meter range, but as soon as you reach the 30 to 50 meter range, it's going to be a lot harder to hit your shots. So burst firing is definitely going to be important. Luckily, burst firing with the VCR doesn't feel terrible since it resets quickly, and it doesn't bounce around as much as its competitors like the M433 or the M4. Before we get into the final builds, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying the video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to keep up to date with all the best tips, tricks, and breakdowns in Battlefield 6. So like I said earlier, these early level builds are great to start off with while you get more attachments unlocked, but the VCR becomes a true meta weapon with these builds. For a top tier close to mid-range build, you're going to want the long suppressor for improved recoil buildup and recovery while also keeping you hidden in-world and on the minimap while firing. You'll also want the light barrel to improve your ADS accuracy while moving, the canted stubby for moderate recoil control and improved ADS speed, the 30 round mag with standard ammunition, and the 1x mini flex or whatever sight you're comfortable with. For this build, you need to get the VCR up to level 26. If you wanted a build that's better for mid-range engagements, you could use the long suppressor, the extended barrel to increase your muzzle velocity up to 880 meters per second, the ribbed vertical grip for moderate recoil control, the 30 round fast mag with hollow point ammunition which will give you a 3-shot kill to the head at 10 meters and a 4-shot headshot between 20 and 75 meters, and whatever sight you prefer. Since this build uses the long suppressor, you also need to get the VCR up to level 26. And finally, if you wanted to push the VCR to its limits in mid to long range engagements, I'd recommend using the double port brake to improve recoil, the light barrel, the 6H64 vertical grip for significant recoil control, the 36 round mag with hollow point or frangible ammunition, and a slightly higher zoom scope like the ROM or CCO scopes. For this build, you need to get the VCR up to level 29. It's still going to be hard to control at range, so using the single fire mode or burst firing is going to be a necessity if you have any hope of getting kills. An amazing build is only half the battle. For a weapon like the VCR, you have to play to its strengths. No matter what you put on this weapon, it thrives in close quarters maps like Iberian Offensive or Siege of Cairo. With this AR, you'll have a 4-shot kill up to 20 meters, so don't be afraid to hold down the trigger and let its 900 RPM do the talking. Past that range, it's going to be a 5-shot kill, and it's important that you shoot in controlled bursts so you're as accurate as possible. So that's about it for the video. By using the right attachments, you can easily turn the VCR into the definition of a meta weapon. With these setups, you can step into any close quarters fight with the confidence that you have one of the most dominant assault rifles in the game. If this guide helped you, then be sure to drop a like and subscribe to stay ahead of the curve in Battlefield 6. And be sure to let me know what your go-to VCR build is in the comments below. And with that out of the way, I'll see you in the next video.